Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to Inner Dreams and welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. I keep hearing the word delight. Delight. You are a delight. You're a joy. Also, the vibe of divine pleasure. That's what your spirit feels like to other people who are open to that divine energy. If they envy it, then you still feel like a delight, but you know, they don't like it. But that's their problem. You just keep being a delight. That's what you are. Also, whatever it is that you do where you are of service to other people, there's a lot of beautiful energy that flows through you to this world in that way. Whatever it is that you create, share, deliver to other people, maybe through your words, through your actions. It's something that you do or that you create or that you say or that you write. And it's very powerful. So keep doing it, okay? Keep doing it. Now, when I was closing the last reading that I recorded, I kept hearing, it was like when I was cleaning up the cards and putting everything away, I kept hearing, must be the money. And that's all I kept hearing. So it kind of faded away after a while, but I was like, that was interesting. So this morning I was eating breakfast and I heard, must be the money. I was like, okay, Spirit, because I knew I was going to record today. I was like, let me look into this. So I was like, who sings that? Is that Nelly? Okay. So I look up the lyrics and it's from his album, Country Grammar. Okay, there could be somebody from the country, from the South, or somebody who likes like a country western sort of vibe, okay? That could resonate, doesn't have to. And it was recorded in 2000, so that year could be significant, doesn't have to be. And the song is called Ride With Me, okay? So when he starts, he says, where they at, where they at? So there could be somebody that's looking for you or searching for you. They want to know about you or they're intrigued by you. They're looking to connect. They're looking for something about you. They want to know more about you, okay? This is one reason why whenever we manifest connections, it's good to be specific about the type of connections, ones that promote our peace, our progress, our prosperity. Because some people look to connect for negative reasons, okay? I saw 321 on the timer as I was saying that. So being specific about the connections you manifest, that's very important here. He says, where they at, where they at? Then he says, if you want to go take a ride with me with three willing and a foe with the goldies, oh, why do I live this way? Must be the money. Now he says, why do I live this way? But as I was hearing the song, I was hearing, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel this way? So there's somebody who their emotions are being driven by money. Their search for you, their desire to connect with you is being driven by money, okay? Also, when he says we three-wheeling, so he's talking about being on hydraulics. Or like when the car has hydraulics. I don't know about cars, but I know how to drive them. But it's like when it's on three wheels and it's like bouncing up and down, you know. But when I'm hearing that three-wheeling, I'm hearing third wheel. Like this person wants to be a third wheel in your world. So whoever this is, they already see that you've got something wonderful going. Whether it's the relationship between you and the divine, 444 on the timer, the relationship between you and another person, perhaps you're in a love relationship, or it could be what you've got going on with a business, an endeavor that you're creating and building. But they see that you've already got something going on that you are very successful with, very pleased by or pleased with, and they want to join in on that and be a third wheel. Must be the money. They want access to your abundance. Or even if you might feel right now like you don't have a lot of financial wealth. It's not just about financial wealth. It's not just that. This person is looking at your abundance in other areas as well. But also they see your ability to manifest financial wealth. Okay, some of you already might feel like you're very financially wealthy or stable, or you're where you want to be. Okay. Also, it says three wheeling in the foe. So the foe, I believe he's talking about the type of car. Okay, with the gold D. So he's talking about the wheels, the rims. Okay, but that gold takes me back to this person sees your prosperity. And then in the foe, I'm still hearing 4. Like, even the way he's saying it, foe, even if he's talking about a car, I'm hearing 4. So 3s and 4s. This person may want to bind you to a group. They want to be a third wheel in your world, and they want to bind you to other people, or they want to use your influence, your ability to achieve, your energy to manifest connections with other people. So they really want to bind you to a situation that impacts them in a positive way. Must be the money. Okay. So this is just a word from spirit. Okay. Because it kept coming through. And then when I looked at the song, I was like, this is what came through. So we'll take a look at what else is going to come through. But Divine is just saying to be very specific about the connections that you are welcoming into your world and that you are manifesting in your world, okay? If that's something that you're doing, if you're manifesting connections. Also, whatever you have already going in your life, it's very successful, it's very abundant, so continue to protect it. Continue to surround it with positive energy as you speak protection over your world, over your life. And also be aware of other people coming in trying to access what you've already got going, okay? Ashe, thank you, Spirit. I think that was it for that. Yeah, thank you, Divine. All right, so let's take a look at the archetype deck. These were here. They're supposed to be in that deck. I do want to take a look at those, though. Totality, understanding, nothingness, exhaustion, and control. Yeah, well, that confirms what I just said. Somebody wants control and to understand what's going on in your world because they feel like they're in a realm of nothingness. They feel like they're empty. And because they don't have control over you, they feel exhausted. They want access to your energy. Okay? Thank you for that confirmation, Spirit. Let me put those where they belong in the deck. All right, what's coming through with this archetype deck? Thank you, Spirit. What does this beautiful being need to know? Don Juan, Alchemist. Okay, so somebody's trying to create change through flattery, through persuasion. They want to sweep you off of your feet or convince you of something. And they want to do this in order to create change. They want to create transformation in their world. They want to access your wisdom. They feel like you are the missing part of the recipe. They feel like they have a lot of the ingredients that they need in order to achieve success in their own world, but you're what's missing. That's what this Don Juan feels like. Like they need you in order to bring about the change in their world that they need. What I'm getting though is that, you know, there comes a time where we all have to stand on our own feet. And spiritually, what that looks like is connecting with the divine for ourselves. Because this person is looking for a mentor. They're looking for a mentor. But my question is, if they're looking for a mentor and they're looking to create alchemy in their world, why are they coming in with this Don Juan energy? Why are they trying to sweep you off your feet? Why are they trying to impress you? Hello, Miss Delilah. Oh, look, there's another one from that. Yep, participation. So this is from the Osho deck. It was mixed in with this archetype deck, but it's the participation card. This person really wants you in on a project. And see, the numbers 3 and 4 came through that song. So here we have 4 here. This person definitely wants to bind you to a situation in order to create. I'm hearing that they want to be able to have more influence. They want to use your energy in order to have more influence. They want your energy so that they can be more influential. 1111 on the timer. At the bottom of the deck, we have student and addict. So there's some learning that needs to be done here. But this person is addicted to something. They're addicted to something. Let's see what they're addicted to. What is this addiction? Oh, I'm just picking up all kinds of cards from. They are so committed to getting something done. So this person feels like they're on a mission to access your flowering energy. This is very interesting. Okay, let's see what they're addicted to, because that was the initial question I was asking. What is this person addicted to? Isolation? They're addicted to isolation. What do they want to isolate? Control. Okay, so this person is addicted to controlling things, controlling situations, controlling people through isolation. So this person may have at one time tried to isolate you, or if you have not encountered anything with this person, that's their plan. They want to sweep you off your feet and convince you to do something for them, but through isolation. So that's a number one indication that of who this person is. If they try to isolate you, they try to get you away from other people, or they try to turn people away from you or against you, then you know who this Don Juan is. And the reason why they try to isolate you is because they want to have complete access to you. They want no one else to be able to access your energy but them. The thing is, they know that they have a lot to learn from you because they want you to be their mentor, okay? That's why they're doing all of this. They want your wisdom. They want your energy. So they know what you have to offer. They see your value. But more than likely, they would only communicate that in a way of like trying to love bomb you or convince you of something. Because ultimately there is something that they want from you. They want to learn from you. Also with this, the black here, for student, I'm getting that this person is in a state of an ending or a death. So there's something that's ending for them. I'm getting Scorpio energy, where they're really being pushed to transform something in their world, but they're resisting it. Yeah, see, they're resisting it, like this addict card, where they're resisting the change, resisting the transformation, and they're trying to stick to an old way of doing things, which is through control, 1444 on the timer, and trying to isolate. I heard they're victims. Yeah. And they've been very committed. Very committed. Also with this participation card, I'm getting that they want your participation with something. Divine, what is it that they want this beautiful being to participate in, other than what we've seen? Consciousness. It's almost as if they want you to do the work for them that they need to do to draw closer to spirit. You can't do that. So this person wants the impossible. Also, I'm getting that they just want to access your consciousness. They don't want to get it for themselves through true growth, true evolution, true transformation. I'm hearing that this person wears their shame. Whatever that means, take that how it resonates. However they wear their shame. But what I'm getting is that they don't know how to transform shame. So there's something that they feel very ashamed of when they're trying to heal. And so instead of transforming it, they wear it. And so they're trying to transfer it to someone else. Trying to figure out how to get rid of the shame that they feel for whatever it is that they've been doing. I'm hearing the lies that they've been telling. They feel very ashamed of that, but they don't know how to truly transform it. So they just want to get rid of it. But it's something about them carrying their shame, wearing their shame. All right, what's coming through for this beautiful being to know? What does this beautiful being need to know? Clinging to the past. All right, so this is what's coming through. The only way... okay, I'm really getting that this person is someone from your past. So the only way that this could present an issue for you is if you were to cling to the past. But you are on a new timeline. You're on a new timeline. You have moved on. So you're experiencing new things. But that's exactly what this person wants you to do, is to remain in the past, where you feel like you need them or that there's something that they have to offer you. So this person and their desire to have you, be with you in some sort of way, or be able to access you, it's almost like they want to be a temptation to you, and they want you to give in to that by clinging to the past. But you're not doing that. It was coming to me in meditation this morning that you're on a new timeline. Sometimes when we switch to a new timeline, when we evolve to the point where we're able to live on a new timeline, things around us still look the same. Sometimes things around us look different. So this may be an aspect of, okay, yes, you are on a new timeline, but some of the same old people from your past are still around you. That doesn't have to change in order for you to be on a new timeline, because what changes is your response to the same people that you knew from the past. When they still try to reach out, when they still try to project their energy onto you, when they still try to attack, that same old stuff, yeah, you see it, but you're on a new timeline, so you no longer allow it to have power over you. That's the difference now, is that you have changed. It doesn't mean that everyone around you has changed, but you have changed. And so that changes your world. Even if some of the same old people are still there doing the same old stuff they used to do, you have changed, and that makes all the difference. Okay, so this is a situation where it's almost like a test. However it is that this person is trying to reel you in with this Don Juan energy, or whatever it is that they're trying to do in order to access your wisdom and your level of consciousness, but they're not doing it by coming to you and asking you, can I get some help? It really is just that simple, right? If a person approaches someone openly and honestly, right? But that's not how this person operates. They want to do this through control and isolation, right? And control could involve a lot. It could involve energy work. Let me see. I want to take a look at control and see what else we need to know from that. Like if there's anything else at play here as far as their attempts to control you. Divine, please clarify control. Ooh, so they want to give you a gift. So that's one way that this person is trying to come in and control or manipulate you, convince you to do what they want you to do. Relaxation and vow. This person is thinking of how they can get you to commit to them. And they want to, it could be that your vibe is very peaceful, very at ease. And so they want to present something to you in a way that doesn't seem like it carries a lot of chaos with it. 2111 on the timer. They want to present this gift to you in a way that makes it believable to you. So they want to come at you in a very non-chaotic way is what I'm getting with the relaxation card. But the goal is to get you to commit to them in some way. What is it that they want this beautiful being to commit to? Live and learn. They want to teach a lesson. Live and learn. But also they want you to mentor them. They want to teach you a lesson though. But they also want to learn a lesson. Death and the reverse. This person wants to reverse their death energy. They know that something is over. Hesitation in the reverse. So this person knows that you're not approaching them. You don't want to approach them. But they're trying to get you to break down your walls. But those walls are there for a purpose. They're there for protection. 2222 on the timer. Also with this card, it's like, you know, the angel and the devil type thing. So this person definitely wants to influence you. They might be trying to communicate with you telepathically, but I feel like, and I'm looking at this live and learn card, there may have been some cycles that you went through with this person where you're like, oh, I lived and I learned, so I know what not to do. So there's some kind of way, like I'm getting that those walls that you've put up is definitely up for a reason, because you have been living and learning. Is there anything else we need to know about this person's intentions towards this beautiful being? Oh, right and reverse. So here's the thing. Whoever this being is, they have been doing a lot of energy work that was not done in the best interest of anyone but themselves. And they want to undo the effects of that. It's almost as if it's like judgment day for them and they feel that. And so that's why the death card came out in reverse. This person is trying to reverse their karma through you. And they see you as the person who knows how to do it. Is there anything else that this beautiful being needs to know regarding this person's intentions towards them? I keep picking up cards from other decks. This is... Okay, first of all, you a baddie. Yeah, you a baddie. Oh, wow. Okay, so this person sees you in the way that you are, which is beautiful. You glow. You're different. I'm also hearing the word eccentric, but like in, it's like Aquarius energy. Like, I'm not saying that you are an Aquarius. We all have Aquarius energy in our charts with the houses, but it's like with the word baddie, it's like you're not afraid to be yourself. So not only are you beautiful, but you're also a bit rebellious. That's the Aquarius vibe that I'm picking up on, okay? You're not afraid to be yourself. Because you'll do something that would make other people, you know, maybe somebody else would do something that you've done and they'd be like really scared about it. And you're like, and what? You know, it's that kind of vibe. So they notice that about you. But this energy that you radiate, it leaves a bad taste in this person's mouth. They have lingering discomfort when they see you living in your truth and living your destiny. They have unresolved feelings, an emotional aftertaste, red flag memory, and disillusionment. There's something that they have been carrying with them. It's an illusion. They've been seeing you through a completely different lens. Like they put on these glasses and that's how they chose to see you. And so now that the truth is unfolding, they're realizing that you're just who you are. You're not after anybody. We just had 2555 on the timer. There's something that they're seeing about you that brings conflict within themselves. And the way that they used to fight this, or this envy, this disdain that they have, is that they would attack you. But they're having a harder and harder time attacking you because they see that you're still looking like this. You're still being like this. Now, you don't have to actually have to look like this, but this is your vibe. You are who you are, and you give zero apologies for being who you are. And see, beings like that, it's like people either love that and they're inspired by it, or they hate it because they can't replicate it. And they're not here to replicate it. They're here to just, you know, hopefully be inspired by it and then feel better about being who they are. That's the purpose of us being ourselves, is that we inspire other people to be themselves. But some people are just, you know, stuck where they are. And it feels like this person is trying to fight. Look, with that commitment card, it's like, yes, they're committed to trying to reel you in, but they're actually supposed to be in this energy in order to transform themselves, to evolve. So in actuality, it's almost as if they've taken their attacks and they've, instead of focusing all their energy on attacking you, which I'm not saying that they're not still attacking you, because this could be seen as an attack, because they're not aligning with your peace and their peace and just letting things be. But instead of trying to attack you so much, now they're trying to reel you in. And it's like their focus doesn't need to be on you, period. Their focus needs to be on themselves. That's why they feel like they're fighting. It's about where their focus is. Divine, what else needs to be known about, what does this beautiful being need to know regarding this situation? Queen of Wands, King of Wands. King of Swords at the bottom. Please clarify. Nine of Swords on the fence. Okay, so this person that's trying to come in like a Don Juan could definitely be a King of Swords. I feel like they're the third wheel. Like the Nelly song, three wheeling, third wheel. We have a divine counterpart here with the Queen of Wands, King of Wands. Feels like they're doing the damn thing, minding their business. And then we have over here the King of Swords. And there was a Nine of Swords here, where there's like worry. I love this Nine of Swords card because, okay, all right, so I was about to say, look at her eye, how it's open because she's, you know, stressed, but look at what's over her. A spirit of death. That's why this King of Swords is so worried. Because they know that they need to change. They know that they need to evolve. But they've transferred their focus from one thing to another, but it's still not on themselves, which is where it needs to be. They need to focus on themselves and what they need to do. Yeah, we've got 4 of Wands here, see? So 3s and 4s. Because I said this person wants to be a third wheel. This King and Queen of Wands could be, it could represent you with a counterpart. And also what had come through before was that it could be that you've been focused on you and your business, you and your relationship with the divine, but there's some kind of divine union going on in your world, and this person wants to be a third wheel. And then here we have the 4 of Wands. So this could represent a marriage that you have, if this truly is like a physical union that you have with another being. Or it could be that that's what this person who's trying to be a third wheel wants with you. They want to bind you, because sometimes I see the 4 of Wands as like, depending on the placement of the cards and how it comes through in the reading, like where a person wants a union, but a binding union with you because they are afraid of the karma that they're experiencing. They're afraid of the karma that they need to work through. You know, the thing is, we all have karma that we've needed to work through and that we need to work through. And depending on how we handle that, we either continue to have karma or we develop dharma. You know, it's what we do with it. But we all have had our share of energy that we needed to alchemize. But this person cannot use you as a crutch. That's what they want to do. They don't want to use you as, well, you shouldn't want to use anybody, but they don't want to seek your assistance and just ask for your support in an honest way. They're trying to use you as a crutch. What's the best way forward for this beautiful being, divine, to handle this situation? 6 of Wands. Keep shining. Whatever it is that you're doing, we've got the bottom, we've got 3 of Wands. Whatever it is that you're doing, keep winning. You're already winning. You're already victorious. Keep moving forward. Continue to look ahead and also remain in the present. You know, remain in the present and look forward to what lies ahead. Whatever you do, don't fear what lies ahead. And if you do fear it, then ask yourself, why am I fearing that? There's always an answer. We've also got the King of Cups down here, so I see you as okay, we got King of Cups and Queen of Cups and Temperance. Well, 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 Spirit. And the 2 of Cups. What? And the 4 of Swords. So there's some healing, an immense amount of healing for you and whoever it is that you are maintaining a union with. Okay, we've got here, this could be you and a union that you're in as well, but it's the different aspect of it. Whereas before it was the fire with the King and Queen of Wands. Your creative power, your power to initiate things and move forward and create and be brave and courageous. This is your intuitive power with the King and Queen of Cups. You know. And Divine is saying that you know more than sometimes you give yourself credit for. Because you feel. This energy right here is about feeling your way through things. And then you've got Temperance. So there's something that's being balanced here. You've developed patience. The ability to alchemize. That's one reason why this Don Juan wants to access your energy, is because they see your ability to alchemize all of the attacks that they've thrown you. All of the attempts to manipulate, to isolate you, to control you. They see all of that. And they see what you've done with it. You've allowed yourself to grow wings and fly above that stuff. You know what I mean? You still see it. It's like the timeline shift. You're on another timeline, but that doesn't mean that everybody around you is different. I do feel like things are different in your world though, like in your inner world, and perhaps within a union that you have, or a relationship with a business or creative endeavor. It's like whatever it is that you do give your time and energy to, it's flowing now because you're in this state of temperance. So beautiful. Now you've got the Two of Cups and Four of Swords. So this is about a healing energy within a connection or a union. But also with that Four of Swords, you know, Four of Swords for me is like the baby hermit. That's what I call it. It's the baby hermit. It's where we close our eyes and we see, you know, where you can rest, you can meditate. And in meditation, we always realize things or come to an understanding of something, or sometimes we just achieve peace, and that right there is golden too. So there's something that you're realizing by going within, by resting. And one of those things that you're realizing is who to have this Two of Cups with and who not to. And there is no indication in this reading that this third wheel is the way to go. Whoever this Don Juan is, they came through as the King of Swords. So they're trying to use their intellect in order to get into your world. I was looking for that commitment card. Yeah. They're trying to use their intellect to get into your world, but the problem is they're trying to push their way in. They're trying to use force. They're not using honesty. They're not speaking honestly. They're trying to do things through trickery. And by being persuasive with the Don Juan card. You don't want to be swept off your feet with lies and deceit. That's not what we're doing. You know, you didn't shift to a new timeline in order to experience nonsense from the past. And I think most of us have experienced a Don Juan here or there. Or a Doña Juana. You know, hey, they come in whatever gender, okay? But yo, and that's another thing. This Don Juan does not have to be a male. It could definitely be a female. But why it came through as Don Juan is that, and the King of Swords, is because they're using masculine energy. Why? Because they're trying to force it. They're not allowing a connection to take place if that is what is right. That's the best way to approach a relationship, is especially if you're in your feminine energy, right? If you're in your feminine energy, open up to it and allow it if it's right. But when we force something and keep going and going, even in masculine energy, I mean, it's okay to pursue something, but to try to force it, like where everything else is saying no, no, no. I hear that no, 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 when it's really yeah, 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 yeah. I'm hearing no, 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 when it's really no, 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 no. Like, we might want to rewrite that song. Because sometimes it's just a no. And this person, I feel like you have made it clear that you don't want a third wheel. You don't want it. You don't want to be bound to someone. If you choose to have a union with someone, which it appears as though you have that or it's coming, then that is blessed and that is divine. But to be forced into something, absolutely not. It feels like this person is doing too much fighting, and that's where they're going wrong. So divine is just letting you know and confirming, because if this is your reading, you already have an idea of this at least, and this feels like, I knew it. You know, that's what, when a reading is really yours, it's like, I knew it. So, Ashe. Thank you, divine. Let's close with an Oshun card. Thank you, Mama Oshun. What is it that you want this beautiful being to know? What do they need to know at this time? I love it. Oshun, the protector. Look at that. And a lot of people don't associate Oshun with protective energy, but I'm here to tell you Yes, she is a protectress, okay? She does protect. She does protect. And this is how I feel about Oshun. Oshun works with those who honor her to have love, to have prosperity, to have deep intuition and healing. And so whatever it is that she helps you experience, she will protect it. So if she'll help you get it, she'll help you protect it. Okay, so don't ever sleep on that one now. Yes, Mama Oshun does protect. All right, so this is about safety, boundary setting, and courage. The mantra is, I am safe. Initiation of gold. When is the last time you truly felt safe? Emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually. You have summoned the fierce but nurturing energies of Oshun the Protector. Oshun the Protector helps ignite your inner fire, a divine force that can repel any negativity aimed at you. Now that goes back to, because I was saying that this person may still be sending attacks, okay? Because people get mad when they like to control, when they know that they can no longer control you, they get mad. And then they like to retaliate. So what's coming through there is that this person may still be sending attacks, but it also came through that you're on a new timeline. So they cannot affect you like they used to. But do continue to protect yourself. That always is needed, okay? Oshun the Protector helps ignite your inner fire, a divine force that can repel any negativity aimed at you. How much of yourself are you giving and at what cost? What to do now? Speak your truth. Stand your ground and shield yourself from negative energies that do not serve your highest good. This includes undesired situations, thoughts, or people. Mama Oshun, you know, you be knowing. Strengthen your boundaries. Take this as a sign to pause, refuel, and rebuild your strength and resilience. Create a bigger safety net to protect yourself from unforeseen challenges. Protect your energy. Create a space, both physically and spiritually, where you can reconnect with your higher self without distraction or interruption. The divine has your back. Ashe. Trust that you are protected in every sense of the word, but you need to, well, it says you need to wake up and actively participate in your own well-being, but I feel like you're already awake. But just continue to protect yourself. And if there is something that you've realized from this reading or from a download that you've received or something that you experienced in meditation, because I saw you meditating with that Four of Swords, acknowledge that. Also, Divine was reassuring you of your intuition because you came through with that Queen of Cups, King of Cups, and you are definitely intuitive. So Divine is saying that if you're feeling like there's something being aimed at you, that feeling is accurate. It's not like, oh, I'm being paranoid. No, it doesn't mean that you have to be afraid. You don't have to live in fear, but the awareness can help you to strengthen your protection. And that's all that needs to happen. And once you strengthen your protection, you move forward in confidence, knowing that I am protected, the work is done, and I'm good. And now I'm gonna live my life. Because that could be another tactic. If a person is trying to reach you telepathically and trying to make you worry that, oh, I'm gonna do something, or I'm gonna ruin this for you, or what you've got going on in your life isn't really right. You know, it's like this person wants you in a state of doubt so that you will cling to them. Remember that clinging to the past card? That's what they want you doing. So anything that you find or any thought that comes to you that draws you back to the past, just know that that is not a divine thought. And it's not what will serve you in this moment. So bring your awareness back to the present. You can say a mantra of protection. It can just simply be, I am so grateful that I and all that I love, nurture, create, and give my time, energy, and effort to is divinely protected. Ashe, so must it be on all dimensions, across all timelines, realms, and realities. However it is that you want to say it, okay? You can play a mantra. You can use some oil. anoint yourself with oil, and then go about your business. Whatever it is that brings you peace and allows you to envision that protection and know that it is done. That's it. You know? If you want to light a candle and invoke the power of your guardian angel, hold a crystal, whatever works for you. Okay? Thank you, Divine, for these messages. I am so grateful. And thank you, beautiful being, for taking the time to tune in. I'm so grateful that you did. And I hope that you received some blessing from this, whether it's insight or some sort of blessing, some goodness, some good vibes, whatever it was. I'm grateful. And I love you. And I wish you peace. I wish you so many blessings. Take care.